Hello, this is Scott. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We cover a variety of different data science and analytics topics. Today, I'm going to start a new series. And so this is going to be the overview of what I'm planning with this playlist that I'm creating on my channel. So just to let you know, I love learning, and my goal here with this series is doing something kind of new. And so there are many things that I want to share with you. So I wrote a book. It's actually part of a 3-book series. It was released last month, and so this is the book. And what I realized is there's lots of great books on how to use tools and techniques, specific things like AI and machine learning, and even creating great dashboards and storytelling with dashboards. As well as, if you like to code, there's Python books, R books, Scala, Java, etc. These are they're great books that have been written. So what I saw missing, though, was a very high-level view of the landscape and how all the pieces put together. And so that's what I ended up doing, is writing this first book, which is essentially a 101 or foundations book. If you've ever had a class that was a survey class, that was kind of my intent here, and to cover a broad variety of topics at a high level, right? So this is not nuts and bolts. This is not practitioner guide or anything like that. This is how all the pieces fit together, from statistics to big data to machine learning, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So with that, let me show you the contents and what I'm going to be going through in this series. I'm going to create a lot of videos. My goal is to keep these videos 5 to 10 minutes apiece, very specific on topics. And so I'm just going to go through the table of contents of the book. And certainly in the beginning, it's all about why I wrote this and why you should care. And then the second chapter is about building successful programs, and that will be, the culture, getting the team together, how you can justify new programs. I certainly won't read through all of these. The idea of organizational structure, should you have a centralized structure or decentralized structure, the different roles for analytics and data science, right? So data scientists, data engineers, citizen data scientists, et cetera, parts of the team. And then some fundamentals, right? So everything related to data is about process. Processes drive data. So what that looks like, what models are, what they look like, statistical models, heuristics, the CRISP-DM process, et cetera, and then into analytics and why it's all analytics, right? So I talk about the various kinds of analytics, including a classification based on some stuff that's all over the web. You'll see it sometimes attributed to Gartner there, and where all of the data science and machine learning pieces fit within those different types of predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, et cetera. Then some very fundamental data basics there, and then getting into BI, the history of BI, where BI came from, why it was generated, the visual BI on top of it, most recently storytelling, where BI fits for a data scientist, as well as others. Then into machine learning and data mining. Is there a difference between those two topics? When did they come about? How did they come about? What are the pieces there? Some examples of ML. Again, this is not how to, this is kind of what they are. And then AI and how it differs from machine learning. Again, the history and then the practical value of each of those techniques. And then what is data science and what does the data scientist do? Contrast data science versus BI, and then data engineering versus data science, etc. And then a chapter on big data, cloud data, and other data. So what was the push behind big data? Both the methodology and the definition, right? So there's two different things. There's a conceptual idea of what big data is, and then there's technologies that supports big data. And then statistics. And then with statistics, you get to look at causation and prescriptive analytics. So this is a very important chapter that most data scientists really kind of confuse. They kind of miss this piece of it. And so I'm very much into that in this chapter here, where statistics will never be replaced by machine learning, like statistical process control and some other methods, and then some other disciplines that are involved to related to data science and analytics as well, and then looking ahead. So that's kind of the point there. And then we move on to the second book next year. So anyway, I'll be doing a whole series of this, many videos. I want to keep them short, but I certainly hope that you can join me for this this playlist in this section. It's all analytics. Thanks.